Hello, everyone. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to Office Hours at TradersPost for January 6th, 2026. God, it's 2026 already. I'm your host, Peter Hartman, part of the marketing team here at TradersPost, alongside Mike Christensen, co-founder and CSO. Hi, Mike.
Hey there.
We're always working to make Traders Post better day in and day out. Each week, we take a deep dive into all things Traders Post, answering your questions, gathering your feedback, and helping you get the most out of the best advanced trade execution engine available. To that end, we encourage you to submit your questions in the chat, and we'll get to them by the end of the stream. Today's stream is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. But we'll tell you more about them later. First, is this our first office hours after the New Year's?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And we're back.
How was your New Year's? Do you care about New Year's? Is that something that you pay attention to?
Yeah, it's actually one of my more favorite holidays. Had a good time though. Went out with some friends and stayed up way too late. So probably still recovering from the late night ahead.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I did the same thing on New Year's that I do every year, which is to watch the New York Times ball drop on EarthCam on YouTube.
Ooh.
Yes, I am alone. Okay, I'm a lonely loser guy. No, I'm kidding. But it was fun. I like to see the crowd on the internet. I put it on a big screen TV. I feel like I'm there, but I'm not there, which is actually for an introvert hermit, it's better than being there. Okay, it's better than being there, standing in that crowd. Have you ever been in the New York Times Square New Year's Eve?
Not for New Year's Eve. No. But I mean, any other time, it's still just as fun, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. When I visited New York, it was definitely fun to go there. It felt like walking in the movies. No aliens showed up. I was waiting for the aliens. No aliens showed up. I was ready for my line to go, welcome to Earth. But there was, I heard recently, in VR, they hit a record of the most amount of people in VR chat on New Year's Eve, 150,000 people across the world.
Whoa.
I missed out on that. I should have been in that one. I never even thought about it, but meeting up with people in virtual reality, that's like the middle ground between watching it on YouTube and being there in person. It's kind of cool.
That's super cool. So how does that even work? I don't know if I knew anything about this. Are they all talking at the same time? Can everybody hear everybody? How do you even do anything? Like one person talks and 10,000 people respond?
Well, you only hear who's in proximity to you. So it's just like being somewhere in person. You might hear, actually, it's less loud than that, right? You only hear the people in proximity. So VR chat, it's like a kind of a virtual space. And there's different rooms. It's not just all one room. You can explore, play games, different things like that. And so you
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just like the real world, you can only talk to the person that's closest to you.
Yeah, except in the real world, there are smells, there are touches, all that stuff is just, who needs any of that? Have you ever tried VR?
Not as much as I probably should. One of my former companies that I was part of was actually a virtual reality quarterback simulator. It was called Sports VTS. And I ran operations there. Wow. And that is about the most amount of time I've spent in a VR environment of any kind. That one's pretty cool because it was both VR where you put a headset on, you can see the field, you can see the other football players, and then you walk forward and you hold a real football and you throw that ball, and there's motion capture cameras that actually capture the ball and then relays that into the game so that you can actually practice certain plays as a quarterback. But it's completely virtual reality. It's super cool. It was a sort of an augmented environment, and we had turned it into sort of a retail game as well, but it was mainly meant for college and professional football players to practice the game.
That's really cool. It reminds me of the golf. I know there's like golf simulators that people can do. It's not
a lot like that. Unfortunately, the startup didn't survive very long, ran out of capital pretty quickly.
Well, you and Mark Zuckerberg are in the same boat there. It's funny, he went all in on VR just before the AI boom. And then everybody's running for AI, and he's still with the Meta. Although I bought the Meta Quest 3, not to go off on too long of a tangent here, but I bought the Meta Quest 3 for my partner for Christmas. And I tried a mixed reality zombie game where there's zombies that break into your house. Like literally, it looks like they're coming through the door, coming through the windows. You're shooting them. I ripped it off my head so fast. I got so freaked out because you're like shooting the zombie here, and then you turn around and there's a zombie right behind you. I was like squealing like a little girl. I felt less like a man. I did that in front of my partner. Don't play zombie mixed reality in front of your partner unless you want her to think that you're weak. You know, it was embarrassing.
Similar experience in the quarterback simulator. When you stand on the line and you're ready to drop back and actually throw the football, there are, there's a relative height there too. So even I'm 6 feet, but I'm looking at these gigantic 300-pound linemen that are 6'4", 6'6", and they're running at me in the game. It's very hard at first, especially the first time you put it on, to not get scared about getting mowed over by a bunch of big dudes.
But if you want a really great experience, I tried the Coldplay. They had a concert, a Meta Horizon concert.
Mhm.
It was unbelievable. Like you're at the Coldplay concert, you're moving around. Like I felt like I was right there, right next to the guy. He was singing to me. I got a little fluttery in my gut. Like I felt a little fluttery. He's a handsome guy.
Yeah. I get
all right.
that. I think the idea of concerts on VR makes a ton of sense.
Concerts, NBA games, football. I got to try all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I will be trying trading. I want to see what kind of trading stuff you can do in VR because you can set up your screens. And can you imagine trading on a theater size? I don't know if that's better or worse.
Feels worse. You should talk to our intern Micah. He actually did a project for one of his college classes where they set up a VR environment to evaluate the depth of market. So all the resting orders on the order book are projected into this VR environment, and you can see how they're moving in real time. I thought that was a pretty cool concept.
Hey, all right. I know what I'm doing this weekend. All right. I'm going to I want to bring up some news items here for you folks. Just before I do, Tom is telling me that he's hearing an echo. Tom, let me know what kind of echo you're hearing. Actually, let me look at the chat here. Hey, actually, let me greet you folks in the chat. Adventure Trader, good to see you here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything big here. Hello, can't wait to see the Schwab report. This is from Yes Bud. Let me pull that up. Hello, can't wait to see the Schwab report. AutoView and Signal Stack both support it. Appreciate if you can fast track it as personally like TradersPost. I don't know what that is. All right. Well, tell me more about that. Yes, Bud, sounds interesting. Tom says he wants a MetaQuest 3. Yeah, you should get it. Do better, Tom. Yes, caught a live one. Sorry I missed you guys this morning. You don't have to be sorry. Actually,
no worries. Good to see you, Ventura.
We forgive you, Adventure Trader. Kidding. All right, excellent. I've got a couple of news items here before we get into the juicy questions. Oh, you think you've heard questions before, but these questions, fresh squeeze questions coming up. How do I make questions tantalizing, Mike? I'm trying to figure out ways to.
That's about as close as you can get, Peter. Let's be honest.
Some news items that Tom provided here. He thought you might be interested in it. I want to share that here with you. First up on the screen, we've got updates for TrendSpider. TrendSpider October 2025. What's new? So what we want to focus on here is the Sidekick AI updates. Let me zoom in here. Smart model switching for long chats. So Sidekick now automatically switches from Claude 3.7 to Claude 4.5 when a conversation gets too long for 3.7's context. Okay. And then this helps longer research chat sessions stay uninterrupted. Is this Sidekick thing here? Is this like where you talk to it about strategies?
I believe so, yeah. I haven't used it yet.
Very cool. AI buttons on charts. Charts now have an AI button next to the full screen and screenshot buttons. When you click this button, Sidekick will summarize your chart and recent news events to keep the UI clean. These buttons stay hidden until you hover over the chart. Well, thank you so much, TrendSpider. I'm sure people will appreciate that. Next up, we have a CME Group. CME Group announces first trades of options on Solana and XRP futures.
It's a big deal. Regulated exchange makes a big difference than some of the Wild West exchanges out there that let you trade options.
Interesting. Actually, Tom, he gave me a look what I pressed by accident. Tom, he gave me the ticker. He says if you go to TradingView, I'm going to pull that up here. You can enter that here. Let me pull that up on screen. All right. So if I go to the ticker, I type in, what was it, CME, go to options. So the ticker is on TradingView. However, you'll see the options panel, but there's no data yet. So, but that is coming in the near future. So if I click it, I think you get no data there.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And then last up here, we have a tweet. Let me pull this up in a little better way. All right, we got a tweet here on screen from Chao Huang. And this is about AI traders. I think Tom talked about this. We just dropped the technical report of AI Trader, the fully autonomous trading benchmark where AI agents make real financial decisions without any human help. You can check out the technical report here. Basically, the TLDR here is that the AI traders are not better than human traders. So you can rest easy or not. I don't know. Do you want to live in a world, Mike, where the AIs are better than you?
I mean, we got to keep an eye on these. Most of the AI trading I've seen so far does not play out very well. So we'll see.
I wonder if this, like, to me, at least in the short term, the advantage here will be for like augmenting you, right? Like making you better, smarter things. I know you talked about getting info fed to you. It's scanning financial data and getting that fed to you. That seems interesting to me. And something maybe I've been toying around with this idea of creating what's her last name? Wendy from Billions. I wanted an AI version of her who will like kind of like talk to you. That might be fun to like kind of talk back and forth with a face or something. Technology is advancing there. I was going to make a joke about her other aspect in the show, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. I'm not going to bring that up. I was still not decided. I was going to bring it up, but I'm not going to bring it up. Excellent. All right, let's bring up these questions here. Let's see what's going on in the chat here before we go on. Less emotions. Oh, Tom wants the AI to be better than him. Oops.
Yeah, I want it to be less emotional and call out my emotions. That's what I'd be looking for.
Yeah. All right, great. So let's get to the first question here. From Michael, under paper accounts, there is a TradersPost paper with $100,000 in it. What is this about? Michael, guess what? You won. No.
Yeah, please don't get it twisted. It's not real money. This is just a simulated account that's provided by TradersPost as a way to test your incoming signals without affecting any of your other accounts with any other brokers, even other simulated accounts with brokers. In many cases, it's useful to send your signal through and just make sure that it gets captured by the system properly so you can test your long, your shorts, trades to make sure that they're coming in properly. But this comes with a gigantic caveat to it. The TradersPost paper broker is not all that sophisticated. It doesn't have any real-time pricing tied to it. So limit orders basically get filled at whatever price you send along. It just assumes you get filled. There is no, standing or resting order within the system. There's no take profits or stop losses. So as a result, it's really just kind of a quick and dirty way to test your signals.
Quick and dirty way to test your signals. It's actually a good practice to, when you're setting up something, to test your signal out, right? Don't just assume it's going to work. Always test it out. So that makes it easy for you to do that. Awesome. Next up, we have a question from Ben. Ben asks, how do I submit a signal for the setup process?
Any signal to any webhook, any strategy is enough to satisfy that part of the setup process. It's just designed to step you through the process of setting up an account and give you some guidance on the things you need to do in order for TradersPost to work for you. So it can be done with any strategy. It doesn't matter which one.
Awesome. Matthew asks, I reset my prop firm account, but the new account number doesn't show as an option to choose from. How do we reset that prop firm account?
There should be. If you go back into your broker section, open that broker account type, there should be a new account that shows up there. Whenever you reset an account with one of the prop firms, it's not like that particular account gets reset. They actually just add a new one for you, and the other one is now disabled. So you just have to go into the broker system, edit the broker, and you should see the new one pop up there at the bottom of the list.
When you say go into the broker system, you mean on TradersPost?
Yes, on TradersPost. You click on brokers, you choose your prop firm. It'll say like Apex or BluSky or whoever you work with. And then when you click on that name, you should see a list of all the accounts associated with that prop firm. And the new one should show up there at the bottom of the list.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I saw Tom did that with me during the Christmas when we were doing Price Action Live. We were setting stuff up. Yeah, it's a fairly simple process to get that done. Good. Isaiah asks, can I execute trades from the TradersPost site?
Yes. If you go into your dashboard, click on your strategy, you can type in a symbol from the strategy dashboard and then execute that order, and that will basically propagate to all of your subscribed accounts to that strategy. So this can always be done here. If you have a take profit or a stop loss and the broker doesn't provide market data, you will have to include the signal price, which is in that form. If not, it's as simple as just completing that form like you would complete the form for any other broker that has an order panel.
Good. Excellent. We have a next question up here, but before we get to that, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Looking for a prop firm that actually plays nice with automation? Meet BluSky, built for serious traders. And with TradersPost, it just clicks. You connect BluSky inside TradersPost, route your TradingView signals to paper or funded accounts, and let it auto-manage entries, stops, and targets. You control risk per trade, filter by session and symbol, and pause or resume with a single switch. Every fill is easy to review in one dashboard. Funded accounts can request payouts daily with launch plans starting at $49. Get funded with BluSky. Execute with TradersPost. Apply today at blusky.pro, BLUSKY.pro, and plug in your edge. Trading involves risk. Use proper risk management.
Folks, if you haven't checked out BluSky, today's the day. They actually have a deal, 50% off launch plans, one per customer, 50% off launch plans. It's Welcome 26. Welcome 26 is that discount code, which will get you 50% off launch plans. 50%, is that a typo? Oh my God, is that a typo? That's pretty good. Go ahead, check out BluSky. Highly recommend you go and do that. I was going to say right now, I'm like split, do I want them to finish watching the show and then go to BluSky? Open up a new tab and go over BluSky. Why am I even thinking? It's not 1995 anymore. Did we have the internet in 1995? I can't remember. All right.
Now, the nice thing about this is their launch plans are really attractive. So not only do you get that 50% discount off of the normal $59 cost for a 50K account, which obviously ends up being just under $30 for an eval, but it's a 50% consistency. You can pass in 2 days, and the trailing drawdown is end of day. I think there's a lot of attractive features with BluSky there. Once you get into the funded account, though, it does go to a 30% consistency, and there is a static only contract increase requirement, which is sort of tricky to work around if you want to. Depending on how much size you typically trade with, but honestly, here at TradersPost, we always recommend you keep your size pretty low. So I think the BluSky accounts are really attractive.
Well, you make it sound real good. I'm about to leave my wife for BluSky. I'll tell you that. That's how attractive it is.
I don't recommend that.
You don't recommend? Yeah, I'm sure BluSky doesn't recommend that either. Excellent. Let me just, we have a question in the chat here. I can't bring it up on screen, but I'll read it. This is from Yes Bud. Do you have timelines for Charles Schwab brokerage support?
Unfortunately, we do not. There's an active conversation in play right now, but we can't give you any kind of promise or roadmap as to where that might go. We just need to continue the conversation there.
Thank you for that question. Yes, Bud. Appreciate it. All right. We have a question here from Janet. My strategy code had an error in TradingView and fired before a confirmed setup. The entry signal came and opened a position with my broker, which I had to manually close now since it was unprotected. How can I sync my broker with TradersPost strategy so your setup does not think the old position is still open and, i.e., does not enter an opposing position?
Unfortunately, Jeanette, this is where there is a disconnect between these two systems. TradersPost has no context or connection to TradingView whatsoever. We just receive the webhook URLs and requests that come from TradingView when an alert fires, but we can't tell if the state of your strategy is correct or if the strategy is firing an error or if a webhook request was fired to us erroneously. So as a result, the reminder is always there that TradersPost is not really a set it and forget it kind of environment. You do need to keep active watch on how everything is running and make sure that there aren't any rogue trades coming in for some unusual reason. So that means you do need to continue to keep an eye on these kinds of things. Syncing the broker with the TradersPost strategy. Let me see if I can unpack this second question here. Sync the broker with TradersPost strategy so your setup does not think the old position is still open and does not enter an opposing position. Yeah, I think, again, we're already synced with the broker, obviously. We know what your open positions are. We know what direction you're in. So if you send an exit signal, we're going to exit the right position. But I think this is more of an issue of the strategy on TradingView not firing properly.
So if this person went over to their broker, they close out the position there. Does TraderSpost get the information from that broker to say, hey, yeah, we know that you closed the position from there? Or does that not matter?
I don't think it matters in this case. It sounds like there was an error in the TradingView strategy, and it fired a signal, and we sent that order to the broker as expected. But the error caused an issue with the exit signal. So there was no exit signal. So then the order just got left open with the broker on TradersPost. And again, all of this comes down to the ability for TradingView to send over the proper signals for entries and exits.
Yeah, so that part makes sense to me. I hope I'm not misunderstanding here, but from what I understood, she went over to her broker and manually closed it, right? Like with her broker directly. So the instant came, opens the position, which I have to
Yeah, so you
manually
can do it
close.
two different ways. You can open the broker account and close the position that way, or from the TradersPost strategy dashboard, you also have the ability to close positions from there as well. So
Right.
there's always a way to manually override things or control things from the TradersPost dashboard, of course.
So if you manually close things at the broker, not in the TradersPost dashboard, does TradersPost then know that you did that at the broker? Like, is the information like does it have to sync that with TradersPost at all?
It depends on how you do it. If you do it from the strategy dashboard, which I recommend, then we'll show the signal history for that. Essentially, you're just sending the signal from TradersPost instead of TradingView in those instances.
Gotcha.
But the order history and signal history is always available on TradersPost. Even if you close the order with the broker, we still see that in the order history on TradersPost as well.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Yeah, that was the bit that was missing. Thank you, Mike, for explaining that. Good question, Janet. Thank you for that. All right. We only have 2 questions left. If you have any questions in the chat, please let me know. Next question up here. In my paper trading account, I was allocated 100,000. There it is again. Is there any way to change this amount or reset it so I can start again, as I've changed a few parameters in my strategy? This is from Darren.
So we did look up this particular question. This one was about the TradersPost paper account. So if you head to your dashboard and you click on the TradersPost paper account, in the top right hand corner there is a 3-dot menu, and there is a bunch of different items you see there. One for audit log, one for reset at the bottom. If you click that reset button, then that allows you to reset the amount, reset the positions, reset the orders. You can decide if you want to delete the history. If not, then you can just reset the balance from there.
All right. So can you direct me here? I missed the first part.
So go back to the dashboard.
Yeah. Paper account.
And there's a 3-dot menus. You see that reset button above the delete button at the bottom?
Yes.
This allows you to reset the balance or reset the positions and orders as well.
Well, TIL. Thank you. Awesome. All right, that's a good question. Thank you for that, Darren. Next up, there's the last and final question from Grayson. Allowed sides set to bullish. Sides isolated, unchecked. This will close the long when a short signal comes in.
Yes, that's correct. Sides isolated really just makes it possible for the entry and exit to be controlled on one side, but the allowed sides set to bullish means specifically that you'll send a long entry, and then when you send a sell signal or action sell, that will just close your bullish position. If there is no open position and you send a sell, then nothing will happen because you have allow sides set to bullish and you can't go short.
So many ways to customize your setup in TradersPost. You can get it to be exactly what you want. It's kind of like I was looking up the 8 Sleep bed cover thing, the smart bed thing where you could put a cover on your bed and you can put the temperature cold on one end, hot. I was trying to figure out what to buy my partner for Christmas. Cold on one end, hot on one end. Dial it in exactly how you want. And that's how I feel about TradersPost. I can get it exactly the way I want it.
Exactly.
Really good. Awesome. All right. Wonderful things coming for TradersPost in 2026. You're going to want to watch this space, but we already have a ton of content here that you're going to love on our YouTube channel. Price Action Live takes place 4 days a week, Tuesday to Friday. Mike and Tom trade the open. It's a lot of fun. You can see them using TradersPost at the same time. You can learn about prop firms. They use prop firms accounts as well. Be there for the ride, for the ups and the downs. Cheer them on and trade as well. Let us know what you're trading. Sometimes friends don't let friends trade alone. I think that's what Tom was saying, something like that. We also have Blueprint, which takes place on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Tom, who's live coding indicators, strats, building things live in public, and he's also taking your suggestions. An expert time code developer. So if you want to get him to make you something for free, you can suggest it. And then the indicators are available in the TradersPost dashboard, in case you didn't know. If I go over to the dashboard here, these indicators are available even if you have, let me pull up my screen here, a free account. So you go to, let's go back to the dashboard. Indicators, and then there they are. The indicators are there.
Amazing.
That's the product of Blueprint. And then finally, After Hours is an aftermarket commentary show and hangout. We want to talk to you and shoot the breeze. Did you go on tilt this week? We want to know, did you go on tilt this week? Come on Friday and let us know. Sharing the griefs and the joys and the glory. All that and more on TradersPost. Mike, it's fun catching up with you here today. Really appreciate it. Awesome. And for everybody out there, as always, wish you happy trading.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you.